Hello, everyone. I want to begin today by asking a provocative question. If you don't own gold, do you truly understand history or economics? As I have said before, if you don't own gold, you know neither history nor economics. Gold is not just a shiny metal or a relic of old times. It is a powerful symbol, a gauge of trust in the monetary system, and a hedge against the vagaries of time, inflation, and uncertainty. In the long run, the price of gold approximates the total amount of money in circulation divided by the existing gold stock. Gold has always held a unique place in human history, valued not only for its beauty, but also for its resilience through time. Unlike paper currencies that can be printed in unlimited quantities or assets that depend on the performance of institutions, gold carries an intrinsic stability. It acts as a hedge against the erosion of purchasing power that comes from inflation, the devaluation of currencies, or the mismanagement of economies. When uncertainty rises, whether due to financial crises, political instability, or shifts in global order, people instinctively turn to gold as a safe haven. This is not a matter of speculation, but of preservation. Across centuries and civilizations, gold has weathered wars, collapses of empires, and economic upheavals, retaining its capacity to store value when other assets faltered. In a well-balanced portfolio, gold plays the role of protector. It doesn't always deliver the highest returns during times of growth, but its value becomes evident when the environment turns adverse. Holding it is not about betting on fear, but about acknowledging reality. Markets move in cycles, currencies weaken, and unforeseen shocks occur. By allocating a portion of wealth to gold, one is essentially buying insurance against the vulnerabilities inherent in financial systems. It offers long-term security and balance, ensuring that even when the unexpected happens, a foundation of stability remains. That timeless quality, its ability to bridge the past, present, and future, makes gold more than an asset. It is a safeguard of resilience in an uncertain world. History is not just a collection of stories from the past. It is a guidebook filled with patterns that repeat themselves across time. Human nature doesn't change much, and because of that, the cycles of economies, markets, and societies often follow familiar paths. Booms lead to busts, prosperity gives way to excess, and debt-fueled growth eventually meets the reality of repayment. Those who ignore these cycles often find themselves surprised by outcomes that were entirely predictable if only they had studied what came before. Recognizing patterns allows us to anticipate challenges rather than react to them blindly. The rise and fall of empires, the creation and destruction of wealth, and the recurring shifts in political and financial systems are not accidents but consequences of forces that have played out many times. By studying these historical cycles, one gains perspective. Instead of being overwhelmed by the chaos of the moment, you begin to see the larger rhythm at work. This awareness builds humility because it shows that today's circumstances are not entirely new. They are echoes of the past taking a slightly different form. More importantly, it builds foresight, equipping us to make decisions with a longer time horizon in mind. Preparing for downturns during prosperous times, safeguarding against excess optimism, and recognizing when conditions are unsustainable all come from learning these lessons. History's greatest gift is its ability to whisper warnings and offer guidance, but only to those willing to listen, observe, and apply its truths to the present. Life and work are filled with complexities and uncertainties, and the way we navigate them depends on how clearly we see reality. Embracing reality means confronting the world as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. It requires acknowledging both strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats, without filtering inconvenient truths through optimism or denial. This clarity forms the foundation for sound decision making because decisions based on illusions or selective perception almost always lead to mistakes. Radical truth goes hand in hand with this clarity. It is the practice of being honest, not only with others but also with oneself, facing uncomfortable facts, questioning assumptions, and challenging narratives are not acts of pessimism. They are acts of empowerment. When transparency is applied within teams or organizations, it transforms relationships and outcomes. Sharing information openly, debating ideas without ego, and encouraging dissenting perspectives create an environment where the best solutions rise to the surface. Concealing problems or avoiding difficult conversations might provide temporary comfort, but in the long run, it magnifies errors and erodes trust. By committing to radical truth and transparency, individuals and groups build resilience against uncertainty, make more rational choices, and accelerate learning. It is a discipline that demands courage because the truth is often uncomfortable, yet it is also liberating. Reality does not bend to wishful thinking, and only by facing it fully can one navigate life with purpose, clarity, and effectiveness, turning challenges into opportunities and uncertainty into insight. Failure and pain are often seen as setbacks, but they are essential catalysts for growth and self-discovery. Every individual at some point encounters moments where plans collapse, efforts fall short, or expectations are unmet. While these experiences can be uncomfortable and even discouraging, they carry invaluable lessons that cannot be gained through comfort or success alone. Pain acts as a signal, revealing weaknesses, blind spots, and areas in need of improvement. When we confront it honestly rather than avoiding it, we gain clarity about our limitations and the changes required to overcome them. Failure, in this sense, is not an endpoint. It is feedback. Each mistake or misstep provides information that, when analyzed thoughtfully, guides better decisions in the future. Growth occurs when we take that feedback seriously, adapt, and develop resilience. The process requires humility, self-reflection, and the willingness to experiment, learn, and iterate. Individuals who embrace this cycle tend to evolve faster because they treat obstacles as opportunities for insight rather than threats to ego. Moreover, experiencing adversity builds character, perseverance, and the capacity to handle uncertainty. By reframing failure and pain as essential parts of development rather than signs of inadequacy, one transforms fear into motivation and setbacks into stepping stones. The path to mastery and meaningful achievement is rarely smooth, but those who navigate it consciously emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable of turning challenges into lasting success. In essence, the journey through failure and pain is the crucible in which enduring growth is forged. Effective decision-making is rarely a product of impulse or personal preference. It is the result of a principled approach grounded in logic, experience, and evidence. Principles serve as a framework, guiding choices consistently across different situations and helping individuals and organizations navigate complexity with clarity. When decisions are made based on clear principles rather than fleeting emotions, biases, or external pressures, they become more reliable and less vulnerable to mistakes. Alongside principled thinking, the concept of idea meritocracy plays a crucial role in achieving optimal outcomes. In an environment where the best ideas win regardless of hierarchy, title, or ego, decisions are informed by the strongest reasoning rather than the loudest voice. Encouraging diverse perspectives, open debate, and rigorous analysis ensures that every angle is considered, uncovering blind spots and mitigating risk. Idea meritocracy is not about winning arguments. It is about discovering truth and taking action based on what is most likely to work. It requires humility to acknowledge that one's own ideas are fallible and courage to accept solutions that may come from unexpected sources. Over time, this approach cultivates a culture of continuous learning, innovation, and accountability. By combining principled decision making with a merit-based evaluation of ideas, individuals and groups can consistently make better choices, adapt to changing circumstances, and maximize long-term success. Decisions grounded in principles and validated through open, rational debate are not only effective, they are sustainable, resilient, and capable of guiding action through uncertainty. So I invite you, let gold be not just a financial asset in your portfolio, but a lens through which you evaluate reality. Let it remind you, value truth more than narratives, consistency more than flash, and principles more than popularity. Thank you, and may your journey be touched by gold in all the right ways.